welcome back. I feel like I haven't filmed in forever because I pre-recorded some videos when we were in Florida. We've been back home now for a few weeks and I haven't had a chance to sit down and film until today, but I am so excited about today's video. So basically, I got this cookbook. It was a gift from Mallory actually a couple years ago. It's called It's All Good. It's by Gwyneth Paltrow. She's like a famous actress, and a couple years ago she came out with this book and her brand Goop, and it's basically all about like health and wellness and living a lifestyle that's gluten-free, dairy-free, and refined sugar-free. So after a lot of research, I just had some things going on where I kind of wanted a lifestyle change that would help with more than just like weight loss. I wanted something to help with like digestion, skin, gut health. I wanted something that would maybe help with allergies, like just all kinds of stuff that I've been interested in and curious about. So I did like a deep dive into research, and I just heard that this book was great, and I actually already had it. So I was like, this is perfect. When I go home, I'm gonna try a bunch of recipes from it. So I came home and I bought all the groceries and I started out doing the recipes. And I posted about it on Instagram stories, and I was surprised how many messages I got from you guys being like, okay, I wanted to get that book forever. Is it worth it? Are the recipes hard? Are the ingredients easy to find? Like just a bunch of different questions on it. And I was like, why am I not filming this? I was like kicking myself because they're kind of intense recipes. So I wasn't gonna like redo the ones I'd already made, but I decided to start filming it. I have it's 5 recipes that I filmed for you guys, and then there were 2 other recipes that I tried on my own. So I thought I would just kind of walk you through all the recipes that I've tried, kind of give you my review on the book, my thoughts on it, how I'm doing so far, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so the first recipe I tried was the chicken soup with kale and carrots. Now, this was my first thing. I thought chicken soup just sounded so good. I know it's supposed to be spring, but in Michigan, it is nowhere near spring. There's like a foot of snow on the ground outside my window right now. It's freezing, it's dreary all the time. So chicken soup just sounded like cozy and relaxing. So that was the first thing I made. The ingredients on this one are pretty self-explanatory. It's celery, carrots, onions, things like that. With chicken, like it's just a bunch of veggies and chicken, and you boil it and like let it simmer for 2 hours. So that's the first thing I noticed right away, is that a lot of these recipes take a lot of time. So you're gonna be in the kitchen for a long time. Now, it just had to simmer for 2 hours. So it wasn't like I had to stand there and like stir it or whatever, but it was just something that I wish I would have known a little bit earlier, because we didn't end up eating then until like 8:30, and I like to eat a little bit earlier. So definitely you want to look at the recipe a little bit beforehand, because you guys will see it's kind of a theme going on here, is that these recipes take a while to cook. So this recipe took a long time to make, but it was really easy to follow. It was easy ingredients to find, and it had a lot of flavor. It was super healthy, but it filled you up, and it had like great texture to it too. So I love this recipe. Like this one was an A+ for me, especially something that I can save leftovers and have it for lunch the following days. I love recipes like that. The next recipe I tried was the almond butter cookies with Maldon salt. I didn't have that. I just used my pink Himalayan salt, but this was perfect. So if you are doing any type of diet where you just feel like you want a little sweet treat, but you want something guilt-free, I love these. They were super quick to make. I had all the ingredients on hand. It was gluten-free flour, baking powder, almond butter, maple syrup, vanilla extract. Like it was just basic, easy, if you just want to have that little sweet treat. I actually went ahead and added some dairy-free chocolate chips to this recipe to kind of give it some crunch, and they were crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. I think I ate like 1 a day until they were gone because they were so good. So I definitely recommend these. They only took 12 minutes to bake, so this is a super fast, easy recipe. As long as you have gluten-free flour, everything else you probably already have in your pantry. So after that first day, I decided I really liked it, so I wanted to try out another recipe. Next up, I tried the teriyaki chicken. This was another recipe where you had to wait around like an hour. You had to let the chicken marinate in the fridge for an hour. So that could have been avoided if I would have looked at the recipe beforehand, but I always just naturally look at the ingredients, I go by them, and then around dinner time, I'm like, okay, what's the steps, you know? So that's probably my fault. I could have easily just looked at it beforehand, but know that a lot of these recipes take a couple hours total. I did it with these shredded carrots. They had the recipe in here too. They were delicious. Here's the finished chicken with cilantro and green onions on top. And I made these Asian inspired carrots too. So it looks really good. Okay, so now we're gonna move into the recipes that I filmed for you guys. So I basically wanted to show you an entire day's worth of food. I'm gonna show you guys a little banana muffin that you could have for breakfast or for a snack. I'm gonna show you guys a sweet potato soup that was delicious that you could have for lunch, save leftovers for the week, and I'm also gonna show you guys a dinner. So the dinner was a Middle Eastern inspired turkey burger with this yogurt dressing. I did a Greek salad with this other homemade dressing on the top. It was really good. So all the recipes are delicious. I'm gonna now show you guys how I made them. We're gonna start with these banana date muffins. For a lot of her baked goods, she uses gluten-free flour, so I already had that. Something I've noticed so far is that a lot of her recipes use the same ingredients, so once you buy them once, you actually are using them, because if you're following her recipes, she uses them a lot, so they don't go to waste, which is something I like, especially if you're using kind of random things like gluten-free flour. To be able to use it a couple times a week now is nice. That way it's not just sitting in my pantry. So let's get started. Now, for this recipe, you need some flour, gluten-free, pitted dates, pumpkin seeds, maple syrup, vanilla extract, baking powder, and baking soda. I just gotta grab it out of the fridge. Olive oil, salt, and overripe bananas. Mine aren't overripe, but I've had these for a couple days now and they're just taking forever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try it. So I'm gonna preheat the oven and then put everything together in the bowl and bake it. It should be pretty simple, quick recipe. Very thick batter. So this recipe took me about 15 minutes. Just when the oven beeped was when I got done. And they're gonna bake for 20 to 25 minutes. So this was a fairly easy recipe. I'd say the most tedious thing was chopping the dates and the pumpkin seeds, but that only took a couple minutes. Turn on the oven light. I don't know if maybe they were supposed to make 24, but they're humongous. They smell so good though. They are huge. So do you want to split one?
Did the seeds like pop off?
No, I added more. Here, like this is the size I wanted it. Here. It smells really good. Like they taste just like a banana muffin with texture in them, which I like. Like I'd rather have a chocolate chip cookie than a sugar cookie. It's like to bite to something. So I like these pumpkin seeds. And the dates give it a little bit more of like a chewy sweet. This recipe is really good. Definitely gonna be adding it to like my regular routine. I'll make this all the time. It was super quick, easy, and I like that like everyone can eat it, and it's kind of like any time of day snack. So thumbs up for these ones. So this is the recipe I'm gonna try tonight. Spicy sweet potato soup with chipotle and coriander. This is not something I would normally go for, but I was actually listening to the Goop podcast and they were saying how good this is. So let's try it out. So the ingredients are pretty simple. You need olive oil, salt, vegetable broth, cumin. This I've actually never used before, but it's just chipotle peppers and adobo sauce. It was easy to find at Kroger. And for produce, a red onion, 2 sweet potatoes, and some cilantro. So it's a pretty simple ingredient list. Okay, so this is smelling so good. I don't know if they buy cilantro sprigs, if they just meant like the tree part or the leaf part. So I kind of did a mixture, and in a couple of minutes I'm gonna add in these peppers and the sweet potatoes that Michael just helped me cut up. Gonna cook the rest for Julian, and then we're gonna add the broth and let it simmer. So I've added in the peppers, which smell amazing. So now we're gonna do 2 cups of vegetable stock, and then we're gonna add those potatoes.
You just put in 3 cups, 4 cups. Why'd you say 2 cups? Now you're putting in like 20 cups.
I thought I said 6. It's been 30 minutes. The potatoes are soft now. So it says to remove the cilantro. So I guess that meant you were supposed to do the trees. I don't know what else you call it. Like, not the leaves. So I'm gonna take those out. And then we actually blend this soup all up. I did taste it, and I went ahead and added a little bit more garlic, salt, and what else? Cumin. So now we pour it into the blender. Wow.
Good?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I've always wanted to use this blender for a soup, so it's my first time doing that. Let's try it. Okay, we're all obsessed.
It's oh my god worthy. It's so good.
And
I'm shocked. These meals you've been making are so good.
And like you were saying, if you weren't doing dairy free.
There's no dairy?
No.
Or, oh yeah.
So if you put like sour cream or that crema on top.
It'd be good. This, I mean, you don't even need it.
You don't need it. It's got a lot. It's very easy.
Spicy.
It's very easy to eat healthy when it has a lot of flavor.
This is delicious.
And then we had extra sweet potato that we baked for him, and he's loving. Just baked a little sweet potato with salt and pepper, and it's so good. Okay, so I have my turkey burger and all of the other ingredients I'm gonna need for that. And then I'm gonna make a yogurt sauce. So all of her recipes are dairy free, but she did recommend using goat milk yogurt, which I guess is a little easier on your stomach. So I'm gonna try that. I haven't been doing dairy, but this I heard is a lot better. So yeah, we've got a little bit of everything, and then we're gonna make this salad. So I don't have a food processor. I'm gonna just try and use my blender for this. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't end up a smoothie. Those shallots are so strong. Even smelling this, my eyes just watered. And I'm not typically someone that like cries from onions or anything like that. Wow. It smells good, it's just really strong. Let's just try this one more time. This might be a good way to even make like a turkey meatball sometime. It smells so good. I'm gonna pour that in there. And I'm also gonna put the turkey in.
This looks like the set of like a very professional kitchen show.
Does it?
Yep, we got open formula, we got bottles everywhere.
It's not open formula, it's trash. It's empty. Ooh, that was close.
I didn't see it.
Okay. Form into 4 patties, ideal to refrigerate overnight.
Are you serious?
For at least 1 hour. So this has happened to me on almost like every like dinner recipe. It's like you need to let something sit for an hour, 2 hours, marinate for whatever. So I'm just gonna do the 1 hour, and then we'll eat at like 6:45. So that won't be too bad, and I'll make the other stuff while this is kind of forming.
You two, knock it off. Troublemakers.
All of my cutting boards are dirty, so I have a paper towel because I'm just trying to make it work with what I have. But yeah, there's a lot of dishes being used for these recipes. So here's the salad, super simple and easy. I have some leftover dressing, so if I want to have this again for lunch tomorrow, and you can always add more veggies to it. This is just what we like. Turkey burgers, they were super easy. They just kind of had to sit in the fridge for a while. So next time I'll know to do that ahead of time, or I'll just skip that step. It did say you could just skip it. But I liked that I made the dressing, like made extra of the dressing so I can keep it in the fridge for like a week. And then this is the little yogurt sauce that goes on top. So you could do this, or if you didn't have time to make it, I thought you could just squeeze some lemon over top to kind of give it like that fresh flavor. But this is kind of nice. This is so good. I actually went back and added more of this dressing because it just gives it such a good flavor on the burger. It's salty, but also refreshing and just kind of like satisfying. I'm super hungry too, but really good meal. Okay, so final thoughts on this book. This is what I think. All the recipes are like, if you go out to a really nice dinner at like a really good restaurant, like these are the kind of recipes that you're gonna get. Like they're incredible, delicious recipes that you would expect to get at a restaurant. But you also have to put that time in the kitchen to get them to taste like this. Like this is not just easy taco salad at home on Tuesday night. Like this is gonna take some time out of your week to kind of gather all these ingredients and follow all these recipes and set the time aside. And there's a lot of dishes involved. I feel like I've been doing dishes nonstop. So I think I'm gonna take a break for a couple days and just do some simple recipes. But there are definitely a lot of other recipes in here that I wanna try. Something that I've really liked is that a lot of these things are dishes you can make and then save the leftovers throughout the week. That saves us so much time. To be able to just quickly heat something up for breakfast or lunch and have leftovers is great. So I love that. I love that these are all kind of like husband approved and kid approved, that they all taste delicious. But I would not say this is a cookbook for beginners. She actually partnered with Julia Turshen, who is like a celebrity chef. So it's all like very, I don't know, it's not hard recipes, but I definitely would, like, I don't think Michael, as kind of like a beginner cook, could go through and do all these, you know what I mean? So if you cook for your family all the time, or you cook for yourself all the time, and you want to do something that's super healthy, or if you want to try to follow this kind of like elimination type of diet, this is definitely a book to pick up. I know this is kind of like a different video for my channel, but it's just something that I've been kind of passionate about and into this week, and I thought if I'm into it, I'm sure that some of you guys are into trying to better your lifestyle and better the way that you eat and also the way that your family eats. So definitely a great cookbook with tons of great recipes. If you're into cooking and you like spending time in the kitchen, you will love this, whether or not you're following like a gluten, dairy-free lifestyle. A lot of incredible recipes are in here. And yeah, if you guys want to see kind of like an update of what I've been doing or why I've been doing it, just let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know down below in the comments if you have this book, or if you've tried any of the recipes, or if you have any other books that you think I would like or enjoy. Let me know down below. I can always do this video for other books too. Mallory, actually, she gets me cookbooks for gifts all the time, but she got me the Kristen Cavallari book when I was over at her house a couple weeks ago, so I could do a similar video on that book next if you guys like it. So I will see you guys later. Bye.